you talked about the state of Mafikeng. I'm one of those who want people who wanna leave Mafikeng. But the calling you're talking about keeps me here every corner to corner. Hemona, why Mafikeng? Hemona, how the pothole Mafikeng? There's no lights in Mafikeng. Like Mafikeng, it's horrible. I do remember olden days where Mafikeng used to be clean, and the Mafikeng I see now, it scares me.
Really?
The stories like things that are happening. There's one who like this and the trucks around Mafikeng. Why Mafikeng? Why do you want us here?
Yo, Sana, this is such a difficult question to answer. I also want to be out of here. Do you think I want to be here? No. I've tried to run away so many times. I tried in 2021, 2024. I've always tried to,
escape.
No, it doesn't work like that.
It
doesn't work. You won't even, like, that's why, yes, it's a slow burn, but every time I poke at something and I try to do something, something gives. Mafikeng is rich with talent. Like, that's not even a secret. I think even actresses, celebrities, Mafikeng, born and bred, if not born, whatever. But Mafikeng is rich with it has so much potential. The potential is the kind of potential where you're like, you just stay up at night wondering, how can I do to help people who are talented whenever I meet people, even in the form of clientele, like there's a young, I don't know, I told you about this young girl who she wants to be a model. And I told you about her, right? Whenever I see people like that, I always try to, do it now. And people are always dormant and to say they think they still have time. It doesn't work like that. And even Mafikeng, nonchalant, exactly.
Welcome to the Dust&Vision podcast, and I'm your host, Obakeng or Rachwene or Modise, Robustness. And today we are on episode 25, half 50, 25. And today we are joined by a young, dynamic creative who represents the new wave of digital storytelling, beauty, and entrepreneurship. Our guest is Kamogelo Mokgoatsane, a digital creator, hairdresser, and a business owner with a growing presence in beauty, vlogging, photography, and content reviews. She's also the founder of her own hair studio, where she brings creativity to life through hair while building a brand that connects with people both online and offline. With experience in event promotion, working with local businesses, and growing brand visibility through social media strategy and content creation, Kamogelo is building more than just a content. She's building a business and a community. And today, we explore her journey of balancing creativity, business, and digital growth. Madume me Kamogelo, and welcome to the Dust&Vision.
Thank you so much.
Rikobile, and thank you for honoring our call. Our followers.
Dumelang bagaetsho, kalina ke Kamogelo Mokgoatsane. I am a Maftown girl.
Yeah, she's a Maftown girl. That's what actually brought her back here. If you remember on our first episode, she's there with two other ladies who are influencers in Mafikeng. Tell me, man, for the person who simulang go utlwa ka Kamogelo gompieno, ke mang Kamogelo Mokgoatsane? Beyond social media and salon, because I know most they know you at your salon.
At my salon.
Yeah.
So, Kamogelo is overall a businesswoman in general. So, I do hair for a living. That's how my day-to-day looks like. And I've recently grown an interest in social media marketing. Should I say recent? Because it's been quite a while right now, ne?
No, it's not recent.
It's been quite a while. So, some people recognize me from TikTok screens. So yes, I do have a an interest in social media as a whole, but TikTok is the one platform where I have
where you shine.
Where I shine. Yes, TikTok
Yeah.
is like, yeah, I have grown through TikTok, both my business, my personal business, other people's businesses, and my personal brand as well.
What really drew you into or inspired you to get on both hairdressing and then content creator?
Sure. Funny enough, the two are interlinked, hey? My business can't exist without the content creation. So it started off with me braiding. I remember my cousins used to tell me that I've always liked playing with hair and braiding. Not that I really remember, but I didn't know if you asked me that like I would be doing this for a living. You know, I remember it was around COVID. I had just had my baby and I was just trying to find something to do to make a little bit of an income. And people came and then I was like, actually people like what I do. I don't think I was that good at the time, but clearly I had something that people liked. So that's how I started braiding. And then in order to market myself, I mean, we live in a day and age where flyers are a
Ga
lost
gona go ka di
art.
bante. I was saying maloba ke re o di ba ko mega city ba di tsaba go
Ba
di
di
bate
gago.
kondile. So you don't know how to, especially Mafikeng. Mafikeng is a very very challenging town.
Yes,
I we told Obakeng, I mean le ko toropong go di ba kae ko toropong. Are na
Yeah.
an information center where you can
people
bring
go,
things
yeah.
exactly, yeah.
And people don't read anymore. They don't want to read anymore.
Exactly.
So I started posting my work on Facebook. That's how people found me. But I remember also on my Instagram, I used to just take my phone and record my random thoughts. I like talking. I'm such a yapper. So sometimes I'd think about something random and then I'd go to my stories and then I'd talk and then people would engage. And then I thought of doing a YouTube channel, but I saw how much work it is. So I just started here and there posting. I came on TikTok. I was quite late on TikTok. You remember TikTok was a lockdown thing, was a COVID thing.
Yeah.
Like the app started booming during COVID, right? I wasn't really in on it. I actually didn't know anything about it. I only started at around, I think, 2023. I started posting. It started with my work, posting my work. Then I took those thoughts. And then one video, I don't remember. I think I remember what it is. It was like a story time. I posted a random story time video. It got a lot of views. At that moment, I was like, let me try and be consistent and see what this app has for me. I didn't really have a vision. I was just, and then I saw how easy it is to generate traffic on specifically TikTok to get views. I was like, oh, okay. Then I started toying around with words like SEO, search engine, And then I was like, this is interesting. When I do this, this happens. When I don't do this, this happens. So I started to learn the algorithm. It became a fascination. I was like, oh, let me see, actually, TikTok is very interesting. And then once I had cracked it, I started shooting day in my life as a braider, soft glam MUA. And then I started vlogging my experiences when I go to small business establishments in Mafikeng.
It's a how umpotile ko pele o sentile ko pele a re boeleva
Yes.
because before this ones ke batla re tsene mo go e thata e ya hairdressing before we can go there. You're a hairdresser and a studio owner. How did you decide? Because Kutlor, you were doing it Kutlung. When did you decide, or now, no, this thing, I need to take it to the people and have my own studio where I can work, where people can come to me now professionally,
Yes.
not like when did that come to you?
So I'm somebody who is painfully a perfectionist. Like my level of work ethic. When you have, right? I think I'd like to believe that
I don't know.
When you have a certain, I know you do.
Yeah.
When you have a certain work ethic, there's a certain way in which you want to present yourself and how you want people to receive you. So when you reach a certain goal, you just keep keep elevating. So I felt like at the time I was renting one room and I was like, this is not okay. First of all, people are cold. What do I do? Then I started being on house call because that wasn't doable. And then from house call, some people didn't want to be braided in their homes.
In their homes, yeah.
Then I...
So, you boost gape kwa? Ko batla
No.
go tswa teng?
No.
Like around that time, ha ba sa batle go tla ko tlong tsa bone. Go go boela gape kwa.
Mare tshwantse ya nong ke bona gore ke ira
need to get a space, yeah.
because I need the clientele. So I started, I saved a little bit of money that's enough for like rent for a month. I went to go look for renting space. I went to go rent, right? I went to go rent at a salon, and then, yes, I kept moving from salon space because I was renting the salon, including the equipment, so nothing really belonged to me. And I'm so grateful to say by the end of this month, I'm going to be moving to my own space. Where yes,
oh, okay,
finally,
that's great. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's a journey, you know. So I hopped from salon to salon to salon, where I was working with other people who are under their own business establishments, same industry. So yes,
that's a good news.
Yes.
So where are you going to be situated now?
In Rivera Park.
Rivera Park.
Yes.
Kana, what's the name of your studio?
Crowned by Kamo.
Crowned by Kamo. And then yeah. No, those are good news. Those are good news.
Yes, thank you.
Beauty and content creation. You create content around beauty, hair, lifestyle. How do you connect your work in the salon with your digital content?
Okay, let me give you a scenario, right? You said beauty, work, and lifestyle. So lifestyle in the form of vlogs, right?
Okay.
Beauty in the form of letting people in on how my day looks like through maybe a day in the life video where I show people this is what it looks like on a day-to-day basis. I wake up in the morning, I go to the salon, I shoot my experience with my client, and that's the beauty side of it.
Well, let's wait. So, how to my camera?
But I ask, obviously. I'm very big on consent.
I think I saw one of it. I was like, no, man. You prepare from good, or we're doing a studio shoot.
Yes.
You prepare to go through, and then coming down here,
Yes.
and then going back again. You give the feedback. I'm like,
Yes.
this is a full-time job.
Yeah. The content creator more betting. And then they pick up their toothbrush, they brush their teeth. It's storytelling. It's the art of storytelling. You're trying to paint a picture. That's what also captures an audience. So the more you paint a picture to the audiences, the more you get to retain what viewers.
How important is content creation in growing a beauty business today?
I love that you asked that. It is extremely vital. Like extremely. Do you know big brands? Like, you know, big brands have a budget for marketing.
For marketing, yeah.
And it's a hefty budget.
True.
So unfortunately, small black businesses, they don't have the budget, right? And most businesses, they work hand to mouth. They don't really have a financial plan or whatsoever. Marketing, it's so vital that if black business owners understood and grasped, they would take all of their money and put it to marketing. According to my experience, I invest not in just the form of money, but in the form of time into marketing, because I have seen the returns of it. If anything, I could literally be broke today. How feel I bad gore go kwena o tshwantseng o dirise di services? No, honestly. I just want to open people's eyes, right? And I was saying I could be broke today, but I know in 2 days, if I come up with a good marketing strategy in just 2 days, I'm going to be back on my feet.
Beautiful.
That's how powerful marketing is. And I need people to understand that it's not just marketing in the form of, just like I said, flyers, posters, whatsoever. Online numbers grow. They grow at a fast pace. Yes, people are always scrolling on their phones. Yes, 100%.
You've helped grow business accounts and worked with local brands. What are some key strategies you use to increase visibility and sales?
Okay. So I've only started, what should I say, intensely managing so I started in February, right?
Okay.
And my plan is a 3-month contract.
Okay.
And I worked with actually by the end of April, it'll be 3 months, right?
Okay.
It's 2 business establishments, different industries altogether. And what did you say again? The strategy?
What are some key strategies you use to increase the visibility and sales?
Okay, key strategies in the form of when I market them online, right?
Yeah.
SEO, 100% SEO. When I market my business establishments on especially TikTok, I'm very specific on the kind of audience I want to target, right? So whenever I don't just relay the content in a form of visuals, right? What you write, what I write has what has managed to convert the views, the likes, the comments into sales. So if I always say to people who are small business owners in Mafeking that first thing, like you wouldn't even think of it, if you use the word Mafeking as your, what do you call it, your caption at the top of a video, just that on its own can
even hashtag it there
and hashtag it can get you views, because people are constantly searching. I mean, Mafeking, I've noticed with my own business that like there's people coming from different towns. So whenever they want to go somewhere, what do? They don't go on Google, because Google is a little bit irrelevant. It does have information, but not in the form of visuals and reviews. So they go on TikTok. They go on TikTok and they search, where can I find this in Mafeking? And if you position yourself properly and use the correct captions and SEO, you're going to be easily found.
What type of content works best in the beauty space right now?
What should I call it? I don't know how to word it out properly, specifically, but videos of a process. So say you are editing pictures, for an example, and the audience you want to target is people who are interested in photography. The kind of content I would advise you to do is content where you start from scratch, from a raw version of your content, show people what you do, what you add until you get to the final result. So in the beauty industry, videos of a process is when I say, come braid knotless braids with me, and then I show from when my client walks in with her natural hair until I start detangling it, and then I start putting the hairpiece on the stand, and the whole process of me just picking the hair, the entire shabam, where I show every step, every visual, that kind of content in the beauty industry. That's why you see get ready with me videos being a trend, because ladies, they do from their skincare to their makeup, and how they capture an audience is the video of a process from the start to the finish. And this is how I finally look after when I started.
Sure, sounds like a lot of work, man.
It is.
I'm trying to grasp it.
It is.
Hey, camera got dear.
And the idea, wait, if when Obakeng otsa 1 hour go get ready, o tshwantse o budget another 45 minutes go shoot that fela.
Gee.
Takes time.
Yan raba ngondo le betla bong o busy wa ka ntse shoot ka le ka le o batla go send us something, email. Yeah, no, ke a go utlwa mme gone. You've also worked in event promotions. How has that shaped your understanding of branding and audience engagement?
Okay, when it comes to events, right? My experience is I actually learned that when it comes to promotions and events, my forte is not showing up physically, right? So I think my forte is marketing the event online. That's how I draw my audience. And that's when I noticed, okay, there's times where I have to show up and shoot the actual thing event, and then put it online. But because with promo, you engage. You are set out in public and you have to go to people, you talk to them. That's not really my forte, right? But I can't really say. That's why I specified at the end that I do promotions in the event promotions, but not the actual promotions in the form of online promotions because. I mean, motho ke go bona makoa ga go bona gore e yone ya go mpalla. You actually specify that this is what I can do for you. If you want numbers, I can't give you numbers.
Your own beautiful work that you do.
Exactly, because I notice my social battery runs out, and you have to always constantly be welcoming to people so you can give them information about the event. So if you can't do that, then you're not of use to the company that has hired you.
Taking those lessons from those events, bringing them to your own business, what have you learned?
I've learned specifically events.
Yeah, from events.
And
or let's say from all this marketing into your business, because you've got your day-to-day business that you run, and you've got these ones that you're busy working on. So of all of this experience, what lessons have you brought to your business?
The number one lesson I've learned is it takes a team. It takes a team, and you are only as strong as your weakest link. Literally, I can see people at an event when you in the morning before you come to the actual location, you'll be given tasks. If one person slacks, you see how it affects multitudes. And same applies to a business. I have not yet hired. Let me say in December, I got an assistant to come and help me. When she didn't show up for work, everything was a mess. So I know some businesses don't afford to outsource and to hire yet, but in the long run, you will learn that it takes a team. Like you can't run the ship alone until. The other lesson I've learned is how expensive. When I say expensive, running a business in any form, chelete, is.
It keeps us going.
It really is.
If there's no money, it's a problem.
And if you're running a business and you think it's cheap, that means you're not reinvesting. That means you're not doing it right. That means you're taking all the money and then you're chowing your. Yeah.
Mara sotle. When I was a
Yeah.
My equipment.
Exactly.
You've spoken about blending creativity with strategy. What is that important, especially in the beauty and digital space?
Okay. So you said I've spoken about creativity and
with strategy. Yeah. Why is that important, especially in the beauty and digital space?
Okay. So they both have to coexist, ne? Creativity and strategy, because if you have the right strategy and you don't have concepts that can capture an audience, you won't have good content. And if you have the creativity, you can, there's some people who actually sell their ideas. Like, creativity is actually the most expensive part of marketing. That's why brands pay influencers, because they let them. I know there's like a script or whatever, but sometimes they buy their creativity, right? So creativity for me it's a little bit important than strategy, if I may, but even creativity without strategy can't thrive, because how do you implement? You have to be tactical about it. You have to make reference to your past performing videos, see the algorithm, see analytics, write everything down, then apply your creativity.
And how do you ensure your content is not only attracting attention but converting to real business?
So my personal content, not.
We all knew. They're all yours because you're creating even for someone. It's you. I mean, we buy faces, we buy people. When we come to you, it's because we love what you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do I ensure that it converts to
into business?
Into business.
Yeah.
Okay. So. And it's tough, ne? It's tough to keep that consistency. The one thing that I constantly remind myself is, how would I put myself in the shoes of a consumer and in the shoes of somebody who's consuming my content and potentially would want my services. If I were to be convincing you that my services could work for you, I have to put myself in your shoes as a business owner. What would I like to hear? I have to speak to your daily problems that need a solution, right? So I do a lot of observing. Even when I scroll on my TikTok, I look at business establishments, what problems they face, what challenges they have, and
so when I was smile.
And I'm like, this is my platform. This is my time to shine. 100%.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
That's the
so I try to, because if I think of it from my perspective, it's gonna constantly be about what can I give you, but it's not gonna serve you, and you won't need my services.
I know. No, it's quite deep, because sometimes we don't. I think we think what a business one can run alone without thinking how deeper.
Yes.
Or it needs to be. We need to go down and. Running a business and managing a digital presence, it's not easy. What challenges have you faced?
I've faced a burnout. I think a burnout is the worst thing a creative can face. Like just a phase where you are just dormant, no creativity, extreme fatigue, you're demotivated, and you just feel stagnant. You know exactly what you do, but you can't get yourself to do it because...
slow. Slow.
You're burnt out, and it demotivates you because you start questioning if you are even relevant as a business altogether, you know? And it brings me to the other thing as a challenge is you notice that every single day there's an upcoming fresh talent and you're easily replaceable. So how do you keep relevant? You constantly have to be on your toes. You have to be doing research. You have to be seeing what's good, what's new, and just keeping yourself on the market and upskilling. You know, as business people, we don't like to upskill, especially the older you get, because the older you get, the more stubborn you are.
No time, mate.
Also,
it's getting harder. You've got kids to take care of.
Yes.
You've got family to take care of. It's business. It's if you have to go and spend a day, class. You feel like you play.
What is this?
But in reality, we need that.
We need it.
We need to keep on to check out what's the update, what's happening, and it's refreshing to be with people who are like-minded like you. It really refreshes your mind. You come back with fresh ideas, and then you see beyond what you've been doing.
100%.
Yo, anaunte. Out of all these challenges, you're a mother. How do you manage this thing?
Yo, guys, it takes a village. I don't wanna lie. Yo, it takes a village and a half. Yo, luckily, I have the privilege of help from both families. Like, I was actually looking at an interview yesterday by Emma Greed. I don't know if you know Emma Greed. She's one of like top performing entrepreneurs globally. And she was getting backlash on how she was being asked, like, how do you juggle motherhood and being a top performing entrepreneur? And in the interview, she said, I only have 3 hours of motherhood daily. And people were like, oh my gosh, she's such a horrible mom. What. But you see a high performing entrepreneur and then you ask them what it takes and then they tell you, then you're upset. That is truth. Sometimes as like people online, we don't, that's why facades sell online. People will lie to you and you'll be convinced. But when you hear the truth, you want to challenge it, right? Being an entrepreneur is not glamorous at all. Being a mom entrepreneur is not glamorous at all, because as a woman, we're still fighting for spaces in different industries, right? And I know my daughter, challenges me quite a lot. She always is just like, oh, Mama, you're always working, you know, and the guilt never goes away. The other time she was asking me, she was telling me, who's my boss? And I said, I don't have a boss. I don't have a boss. And then she said to me, so you want to tell me that you're your own boss, but you make yourself work on holidays and weekends. You make yourself work on holidays and weekends. And it sounds a little stupid to a small child, but they don't understand the sacrifices it takes.
That goes beyond.
Yeah. Whenever time I get with my child, I always make sure that it's quality time. I make the best out of it, and I try to be as present as possible to school events, to whatnot. And if I can't, I always have, thank God I have an amazing village that helps me out.
Lucky you.
Yes, yo.
Hi, yeah, no, ke a go utlwa go mama kwa. And I think we have a challenge as parents. Kids don't understand the hardship of especially if you're not waking up in the morning and going to someone's office, or you can miracle, or apara uniform, or you somewhere. They think it's easy. They don't know the stress that is going behind that. They don't know the pressure that we have. They don't know the ups and downs of this business, especially equipment, transport, and all of it. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But now,
Yeah.
but hey, it's part of it. Otherwise, you focus on building community around your brand. Usually talk about Mafikeng. And I think that's what it kept my eye. I'm like, Kamogelo, she's fighting for Mafikeng. We see so many activities that are happening around Mafikeng through you. What does that look like for you? Or how do you come to into Mafikeng?
I have no idea. You know, when you have a passion, you can't explain where it's coming from. What I know for a fact is that it haunts me day and night. I think, and I want to speak to somebody, if you're somebody I think who has a calling to make a change in general, it could be at work, in your community, or like in a more bigger space, right? If you don't do it, that thing will haunt you. Number one, not only will it haunt you, you will live a life that's not fulfilled if you don't serve that calling. So, do weird, I'm tired. I am tired.
2 minutes energy.
You get exhausted because you're frustrated because there's nothing that gives. And I think that's the reason why you're placed in that position, because there's something in you that can encourage other people around you to, you know, to get up and be a part of the team that creates the change. Because change, especially in a community setup, like change in Mafikeng can't be a one-man thing, you know. It has to be a lot of people have to get awakening. Like you have to get an awakening, and mamang, you know. So I don't know if you're aware, I've been really quite upset.
I've realized that.
I'm like, So, because it's not easy when you don't see results and you put in the work, you know. But whenever I get up again and I come back with a passion, because I'm just like, this city is not going to look the same as long as I personally am here. And I'm saying I because I know what kind of passion is bestowed within me, right? It could be me and other people. I've spoken.
True. Yeah,
there's another marketing girl as well on TikTok. We speak quite a lot on TikTok, on WhatsApp about the state of Mafikeng, where we want to see it as marketing enthusiasts.
Yeah. You talked about the state of Mafikeng. I'm one of those people who want to leave Mafikeng. But the calling you're talking about keeps me here every corner to corner. Why Mafikeng? There's no lights in Mafikeng. Like Mafikeng, it's horrible. I do remember olden days where Mafikeng used to be clean, and the Mafikeng I see now, it scares me.
Really?
The stories tse ke di utlwang ka bophelong, like things that are happening, the one who fela go thuntsana o itse go diragalang, like this and the drugs around Mafikeng. Why Mafikeng? Why do you want us here?
Yo, Sana, I don't. This is such a difficult question to answer. I also want to be out of here. Do you think I want to be here? No. I've tried to run away so many times. I tried in 2021, 2024. I've always tried to,
Escape.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
It doesn't work. You won't even, like, that's why, yes, it's a slow burn, but every time I poke at something and I try to do something, something gives. Mafikeng is rich with talent. Like, that's not even a secret. I think even actresses, celebrities, Mafikeng, born and bred, if not born, whatever. But Mafikeng is rich with it has so much potential. The potential is the kind of potential where you're like, you just stay up at night wondering, how can I do to help people who are talented whenever I meet people, even through in the form of clientele, like there's a young, I don't know, I told you about this young girl who she wants to be a model. And I told you about her, right? Whenever I see people like that, I always try to, do it now. And people are always dormant to say they think they still have time. It doesn't work like that. And even Mafikeng, go tletse batho ba ba nonchalant fela go itshiletse go dutse fela ya.
Go hela mo lape ba tle ba rala ba re mono hela.
Exactly.
Exactly. Ba phetsa matla nya re mono hela.
Exactly.
And when I robale bosigo, o busy o ja tlhogo ipotsa gore mara gate ba nna keng, what next that I can bring here. And I bone ba relax ba digile mmele.
But sana ba nonchalant, and it's when somebody's demeanor is like that, it becomes so contagious. It's an attitude. Even when you go to restaurants and you see how the payside waiters and waitresses walk, ba go ga maoto e ka re ba go le di sleeper ka kotlung. And it's the level of work ethic that's contagious throughout the whole town. It's a thing.
Wile ga bamba wes. Waitress tsa Mafikeng. Why just le batla ba le ditlhong to can have a conversation next to the clients. Ba bua nonsense.
Yes.
Racha isara go nna kae just they don't care. They
go ba kopa bojalwa ba ba kopa.
I have the friend of mine, a manager, where we used to meet. And because enable West ka re ke motswantle. Ai ba motabogisa di man. And the shop is doing well now. There's business.
That's great,
but
yes.
But these people, are mona motho gona phone in the morning until I'm not coming to work. That time the food batho mo shifting eo re ba officer ga di weekends. No batla go tsa weekend e seng ya gage. Or a lofe a phone ka bo 10 re ke tliste ngwana clinicing. What? But isimola go ntshwenya when you said Batswana nka re ha re khathale. Ne ke le go Botswana go se khale. I went to a wimpy go Gaborone kwa. He mona ke emetse dijo hour a yotlhe.
So ke Batswana.
And re le go batla manager re bue le manager a tla dimela nyatle. Go tla siama ke tla mo khalemela. O ke ise. A tla di mana sa khathala tsena itla bona bile mixel the plate ya itlo re maona a o dare ha ke botsa the lady no tsa maleno nna go Botswana re ai most of the services in here ke tsone tso tlhoka pelo so ya ntswenya gore entle ka rona Batswana go shotang ne ra ke tlale motho go le go shopo mara ba ka magare can I blame head offices or they have these franchises around the country but now they don't have a team from head office that goes to these franchises and teach these people how to deliver what needs to be delivered. But go to Joburg, it's a different story.
Fast
you
paced.
will never do 15 minutes to wimpy. We made something. Do that. It was already put but until they are paid or how they like how still faster they are. Why am I forgetting? Why am I forgetting?
I think Botswana include. Please don't come at me. I get Botswana. I'm not throwing jabs at Botswana. I'm just making my observations. Ne? Botswana ba nonchalant. I don't know if it's. I get it. There's like different tribes have different demeanors. One can say Banna Baba Zulu are very aggressive. But passion when it comes to Batawatsana is a dormant thing. That's why Mangoparizare Puso ina ANC are going to battle Rambaza, and they did it with ease because the people
no one is responding.
Yeah, the people
we're actually assisting them to
yes, the people who had a calling within them to be able to get up and influence other people to get up. Let's stop this. Let's do this. They said,
but that's the reality, and that's what I cry about. The office we've got our own people. Baba yes. Baba duty. Baba was a social media. But miracle how you? They're not delivering. There's no delivery. And when you start to question or to say something about it, but that's the reality we're living on.
Yeah.
We can point the whole country, but we can only run because and they're quick to call. If you call them out on Facebook, they're quick to call. I've got several calls.
They are. They are. And then I just want to say, and even with this episode, if you're one of the people that's going to be quick to comment to oppose, ask yourself what you are doing. Then we can talk. Because it's easy to point fingers and be like, oh, but Mamang who was supposed to do the didn't. Oh, but the mayor. Oh, but Mamang in leadership. However, what are you doing? I think we all have a say. If we don't have like power per se, we all have a say. We're living in a digital day and age. Hence why I'm sitting here, because I spoke. If you can't speak.
True.
Speak. It really is that easy. But just don't just sit. Yo! I'm scared.
Content creators.
Really? Yo! Really?
Hey, but allegedly. Arana mongo duting holo hong mafikemo or a mongo duting arreko this program ko reachang ko ting might be international, it might be local. Someone o itlhobogileng o na le diatla tse di kgonang go bereka ka tsa gago ya ka o simolotse le wena ore you were just doing it like something yo ba kanyang ditlhogela mo family batho ba simolotse ba tlana le nna ntekeng ka go patela o bona re bana so se mo seng ka ja go tswa mo go tsone how do you advise that person? I respect the and see that as a future business, because sometimes backdoor business, tax shop a big room, or already quarter big room, or the cocoa had you hold in 19 backdoor and a backdoor we don't hold a same more. So how do they step out of that comfortability and because they're like a deal?
Yeah.
How do you advise that person?
First, I want to start with somebody who's never started, who's just had an idea and has been thinking of implementing it. You don't need to have all the equipment or all the resources or to be at a certain place. You just need to start. I know this is quite common. You've heard it definitely before. Start where you are with what you have. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. That's when you can't know what you need if you don't utilize what you have. I get it just like a laptop or it took you getting it.
Oh, it's a MacBook. It's not a laptop. MacBook. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
It took you getting it to actually see that you have outgrown it.
True.
Professionalism-wise.
True.
So had you not gotten it all together, just a concept.
True. True.
And Bona, we're just like you said, we're living in a day and age where there's no jobs and whatsoever. It's very important that you don't waste your life just sitting with a concept. Because there's a lot of people who are succeeding. Have you seen? There's actually quite a bunch of stupid content on TikTok, for lack of a
lot. I mean the number one content.
Yeah.
But
it's very redundant. Stupid content. Why? Because they are consistent and they show up.
True.
There's a lack of talent, yes, but because they get numbers because every day they show up. So when you're sitting with, you have the advantage of both talent and you can actually be consistent, but you're sitting.
Ibile wa dula maranyane go nna phone nga 24 hours.
O consumer content ya bone batho bao. Why bon?
How provide mara you are a provider, you can do that.
Yes, but you're consuming.
On gopotsa gona motho go mona simoltse dance. Himana wa penta, ke mapentane. So di man wa tlaba o vorlo gagwe a bele di pente le di brush ha o tla go jaebela di man hetsa baslatsa brush ha a tsela penta. That's a different thing.
Yeah, that's creative.
Because we've got those talents that are doing something but they don't belong there. So how do you bring yourself back to the people? Then I tell people TikTok is the flow. That's the billboard for us. Even if you sing, you paste the work there, people will follow, people will know you.
Yes.
I usually do example but it's funny he's one of the artists of South Africa. He went and performed Le John Legend.
Is it? Oh.
Ko America. And it started the Barakidingana. Kana itle o paste o bore batho ba duete yo
the duet, yes.
But duet your thing. So he started on that one ya gore duet me, and then people started to duet, and then this guy Thandiswa ke Mamotako kaja ke Mamotako
I think
so you know him. No. That one lied. He did house bill.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is he from here, South Africa?
He's from here. He's a Xhosa guy. He did that in conservation.
Is it?
I'm telling you, it was on conservation, and then he nailed it. So this guy sampled the song Yamutako. We played, and then I sampled Xhosa. He brought him down.
Whoa.
To come and perform with him on a bigger stage in America.
Gone. Just like that.
Exactly. So, what's hard on us? Why? What are we waiting for? While we are always on YouTube consuming. We are always on TikTok consuming. We are always on Facebook consuming. Hey. Why are we not learning provider? Because o tla bo khona go boka le poko hela Setswana o ntse ka yone, you're not taking it to TikTok.
Yes.
O tla bo khona go bina mmino hela wa Setswana yo ka o rekisang you whether you pull or no na ha ke na. The funny part is motla ba gore ke dirisa Modise. Hey, I try to Marubizu pays the pictures like a Modise. Instead, I the pictures.
Do you understand?
What's a simple like a sound and lesson?
Exactly.
Simple like a sound and lesson. So, start where you are. I mean, Emana, Kisimza camera and when you're photography, it thing out the very, very small camera. I remember when I got to set, camera. When I went to this other set one day, as small as it is, yeah, Zoga, come. Don't worry. This Canon. It's just that I stopped working.
Is it? Oh, okay.
This camera, this one wedding. 700D DSLR ko ne ditena malume mona ba itse ka re malume yana itleba ba re di brown shoes di tlhogo di telletse a tsena mona a tshwere 700D. Okay, that guy was threatening me gore bona a tshwere bo di lens ke se be ke itse gore lens ya change mo camereng. Okay, ya bona ke betsa lenyalo le motho go hatla go bona ntse re dira di photo book ha tla go bona lenyalo ke le shootile mo o na romela molaetsa re ga etsho. But because I knew what I wanted and I knew this guy, I got not sharp and mood 10 light the day. Mararo Kopana went and a barisa botanical garden. Light yo, Kahite and not Kemetana. It didn't work. It worked. So I think we need to wake up.
100%.
We can't be pointing fingers while sitting there. What are we doing?
Yeah.
As an individual, what are you doing? How sharp government try of this ban, but what are you doing when as an individual?
Yeah. And Rekasile motivated forever, guys. You know?
Exactly.
Like, motivational speaker. If you wanna, you can be motivated forever.
This to answer
You
things saying ogata khomo isa ko mo khobeng we bontsha metsi. Ha se batla go nwa. Ha batla go nwa metsi. Ke bua lo ke shutile mo kgannyo ra e hologa. What is your vision ka your brand, ka your hair studio in future? Ke utlwe ro abula shop in Chakonano. What is your broader vision?
And I should have ran with it. I should have started implementing it this year. Unfortunately, there's been a lot of technicalities. I really wanna teach young ladies, well, and gents, how to braid. You know, because because in the beauty industry is, I'd like to believe in my experience, more than other beauty skills, you know. I think it's also that's yeah. Nice
how ro bona so se so ukise ha se ha o tsira ke ka re motho ne tlaniki o re ke ka o di malo tshabe go ke go utlwi
ke lace
gone go mo
yes
gone go mo ga ke na go so ha ka na re itse go bidwang
so braiding, it's not a lot. I don't know of a lot of people where you can go and learn how to braid. And braiding in the form of, because my priority has always been hair care and I specialize with natural hair. I have a passion for natural hair. As you can see, I mean,
Masego is coming.
You know.
Masego is coming. They've got a client now.
You should definitely bring
They've got a client now.
So, I should have launched my Braiders Academy. I'm not going to do that any time soon because as I said, I'm moving to a new place and I just need to get settled. Exactly.
That's our technical
most
problem.
Importantly, because if another thing, I mean, I could outsource and somebody
and I was like, I got
maybe the investor, the Sheville investor. You know, and I want to target girls in high school because I think the earlier you start, the better. You don't have to wait for you to be unemployed and then be like, oh my gosh, let me just start learning a skill. If you have that skill and you grow with it, you can generate it into income.
I get an something when I got there in 94. Di container nyana tse no gona bo mpane ba roka di aparo ba do tsa go bereka matšwa kana se ke mmerkwadi ya
ke mmerkwadi ya
ko dikolong banyana ba ne ba simolla go ira ka diphini santse re le ko sekolong kwa ba loga ba ne ba itirela diputsenyana ka diphini ha se re ile tshwantse gore o ye full time ko sekolong ke lo re di tsa go tswa ko sekolong lo tsa bo di garden rona re dira garden ko bo BM ke time ko motho senkwa ne re dira di garden ko sekolong o bo itlhokomela ntse o tla phakela ko sekolong we no setse
really
I'm telling you do so di ile re faka danyela le democracy ya rona
that was the future
and now go ngopotsa gone gore monna go braid and our people they've just stepped out of braiding like
and braiding and black history go like this. Braiding is a big part of black people.
Re bona go ma American banyana ba dira tantse di tsamang mara no ke re sa le gagamantia go tsena go ke ra utsenyana go sentse sengwe le sengwe
tla re ska ba lwantsha
mo le mo batla no mara re bua nnete we talking about two things that one have to step the other business there.
I agree.
And hey, evolution. I mean, there were times they don't be pay me for the pudding, but so another bua kayer jankai high school.
Yes. So soon I'll be I just need gore Modimo a nthuse ka tsa masente, and then I'm gonna be
Gonna expand
kickstarting that.
this
That's my version of expansion, because I always like to say to people when they are in business, like an entrepreneur, if you don't give back, I don't think you will thrive. Like, that's why that's why you see even people who are like established, they give back to the community in forms of donations, in forms of, what do you call this? Kinda what's that?
Anyway, the community,
yes, outreaches and stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't do that, you won't have reach. Like, you really won't have reach. So my way of expanding is by imparting my knowledge and expertise to not just like people, but specifically young people, so that they can grow with that passion and grow with that skill and be able to enrich themselves.
I usually ask gore aura gore batho ba rona ba di BE ba motseng ra le wa no palola gore ga ba ganya tsela yang go ga bone without us waiting for government.
Yeah.
We've got so many people who are doing tenders. Ora re motho palola gore a ka tsa phisana nyana hela e ora tle ka lori ela e la tlhe ba ka tele di khutse re tsela mo tsona ene kana gore pala mo di GTI mo gare ga motse yo mara go di khutse bona bozo bo ro ituru ba ntse a gona o po wa nela o kareng ba ga itshwenya tla tsa phise go itlela o mongara le nna mphem phisana ya re me gaba ro itse
ba teng re chebile fela as batho.
Yeah, no re me gaba re mawe tla ke go lebogele go re bless her today. Where do you see yourself in the next coming few years?
So I want to have a more greater reach, not just my hometown. I want to travel places and give reviews of places and even establishments, experiences, other small towns, and not just make it about my Mafike. Yes.
You actually reminded me of this other lady. Otsamali a videographer. They travel around, especially in the continent. I think she's from Malawi, if I'm not mistaken, or Nigeria, because I'm not sure. So she went to Mozambique, but they've struck a good deal, transport. So they will have maybe a good deal on air, and then their accommodation, couple the hotels, and then they will refuel the airline. How about that country, Mozambique, and then how about they review the hotel. So wherever they go, they review, but they end up getting things for free as payment. They are experiencing it because they get even time to now do the markets, black markets around Maputo. They were doing that. Other thing on that business that when we were talking about business, there are ladies in Mozambique. They buy clothes in London. Normal clothes, they buy them. Haditana go Mozambique, buy klaba twika ba tsenya ditala manyana ba di rokanyana ba di step back to London.
How? And resell at a markup.
But the an African look more.
Sure.
But the touch up more.
That's smart.
So it's possible.
It's
possible. So push on that. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
We wanna come to your salon. Because you believe when you work hard, something have to give. It's painful to work very hard and then nothing
gives.
It really pains me when I see someone who's working hard and they're not achieving anything. So I'm over the moon when you are opening up your shop. Wishing you all the best in that shop. Today. We hope next time you'll give us your time.
Definitely.
Okay, so Kamogelo represents a powerful blend of creativity, entrepreneurship, and digital strategy. From building her own hair studio to growing a presence online, her journey shows that success today comes from combining skill, consistency, and vision. And thank you for sharing your story with us, Kamogelo. And this has been episode 25, guys, of the Dust&Vision. And I'm your host, Robustness. I would say from dust, creativity is born. Through vision, business are built. And thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Sharp, sharp.